Good evening to the traders who decide to join our today's webinar, which is devoted to the trading on the crude oil inventories. As always, it takes place on Wednesday evening. Okay, so with you today, me, Anthony Kross. Today I'm gonna be your host for this webinar. Okay, so as always, let's wait for a couple of minutes. Let's say 1 minute for some traders to join webinar. Okay, and then we are going to start. Okay, so during the like we can start right now, I suppose. A couple of more people joined. So what happened to the oil? Like since the beginning of the October, nothing was going on like extraordinary with the price of oil. It was not reaching even the level of $55 per 1 barrel. Yes, not nothing extraordinary. Oil is going at this stage, and at the moment, nothing. Okay, is prognosing that the price uh, for the oil is going to jump. Okay, let us switch to the 1 hour chart. Okay, that was the daily chart. So on the trading view, you can see that already uh, for the 1 hour time frame, the oil reached their peak. Yes, and we have the two shadows, and what is expected right now is to have like plus 2000, okay, plus 2.200 million, okay, to the amount of oil produced like this week. Okay, so this is going to affect the price for the oil in the negative direction. Okay, so we are expecting right now to have the cut in the price for the oil. um, like as I mentioned before, oil price remains in this mood like around the 1 month, I consider, and it's not attracting any attention. So at the moment we cannot consider that oil is a risky asset to trade due to the situations that was like previous months with the Saudi Arabia, and right now at the moment nothing is going on which might affect the price for the oil as it was the previous time. And also taking the Brent oil. Yes, the same situation. It is not overcoming the price of the 60 per one $60 per 1 barrel. It's stable at the moment, and the same situation we have for the US oil. So today we need to expect the cut, okay, into the VTI oil. So let us take a look on our trades, which is we are going to open. I already prepared the trade for the US oil, okay, for the crude oil. At the moment it's not going in my direction, so I will need to cover it up. Okay, like this webinar is made for the educational purposes. What I'm doing right now, I'm doing it because I'm pretty confident that my amount of money is gonna help me to cover up the trade if I'm not in the profit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is to cover up this trade with 1250 and use time frame till the 30 minutes. Okay, so it will be the exact time when report is gonna be started. And talking about the meeting of OPEC, yes, probably most of you are waiting because like you are bored, nothing is going on like extraordinary with oil. So this meeting, okay, is going to happen uh, approximately in December. Okay, whole market is waiting for it, and like Saudi Arabia is taking the big vote in this meeting. Like it's a pre-story. You know that Saudi Arabia, they were making the good efforts to recover all the oil that was, let's say, in danger because of the Yemenist terrorists that attacked two oil facilities, factories, yes. And after this, from the point of 4 million barrels per day, okay, they made 12 million barrel per day. And it's regarding the fact that they didn't have two working factories that were attacked. They promised to make it by the end of September, but they did it like 1 week earlier. So that is why right now Saudi Arabia is making the rules for the whole oil facilities of the world. So they were talking that Nigeria and Iraq, they need to increase, okay, increase their contribution into the oil market. They need to increase the amount of barrel of oil per day. They need to do this as soon as Saudi Arabia started to produce more oil to normalize the price, like supply and demand. It's a simply saying. So Russia, but at the moment we don't have answer from Nigeria and Iraq, but Russia, they said that they will not do this until the time uh, 2020, okay, because right now they will be concentrated on the natural gas, because right now it's winter is coming. That is why for them is more or less gonna be productive to sell the natural gas, okay, than the oil. Okay, that is why they're going right now to be focused on the natural gas. I'm sure that Iraq and Nigeria will give the answer as soon as possible, but Russia, that is the biggest provider of the oil in the world due to the size of country, like simply saying. So what we are going to have, they're going to be focused on the natural gas, and at the moment the situation with oil, okay, is not going to be uh, in any case changed until the meeting of OPEC. Then we are going to have some news about decreasing or increasing the number of oil produced per day for the some countries. We need to wait for it, and at the moment we will work with what we have. And as I see, the Brent oil and crude oil are located almost. You can see that is the Brent oil, UK oil. Yes, it's almost the same as almost the same chart we see for the 1 hour. Yes, the same as crude oil. So they are pretty much correlated, I suppose. Okay, considering the trade which we have, it's still running. Let us take a look meanwhile on the currency pairs, as I'm interested in Euro USD for today. Let us take a look at least 5 minutes. Okay, let us switch to 3 minutes. Okay, good. Okay, in the 2 minutes we might see good change for the trade. Okay, for this work, I would rather use linear regression. Okay. So what we will expect to do right now is to open the Euro USD and open the trade for, let's say, 2 minutes for down. Okay, what about our trade here? So we have more or less some points to go until it will reach our profit. So I opened the Euro USD. Let's see how it's gonna be now. Okay, let us look on more currency pairs with US dollar, Euro, US dollar, Canadian. Okay, let us look here. Okay, opposite situation. Let us look. So as I understand, US dollar is traded for up. That is a good sign for us. Like one more sign that we might have change for the price of the crude oil. USD cut. Okay, USD cut. Let us open one more trade for the time being 2 minutes until report started. Okay, some time to go. Okay, it jumped probably, and currently it's out of the money. So let me cover up the trade with 1250. Okay, 20 seconds to go. So we will open trade with my expectation. Okay, I will cover up that, and I expect that we will have negative, like positive result, but the price will go down. Okay. Okay, alright, so it started already. How is the Euro USD? So USD got started to react negatively, so it means that US dollar started to go down. It break the level. Our oil, United States oil, started to break the level of 55. Okay, let us check result of report. So actual result was 9 million. Okay, so we had the cut. Instead of prognosis of analytics of plus 2 million barrels of oil, we had the cut for the 1 million 1.7 million barrels of oil. So if we had the cut, the price considerably and logically has to go for up. Okay, let us cover up that trade one more time. Okay, USD cut, high volatility. Let me open it now. Okay, good. So USD cut, I need to go in one more time. So USD cut, we will use 1500. At the moment we have uncertain situation. The price is not moving rather for down or for up. Let's wait which direction it will take. Okay, and meanwhile I will check other trades. Let us check our Euro USD trade, how it is now. Okay, currently it's in the money. Okay, so we have right now one trade for crude oil and USD got to go. Let us open USD GPY. I'm interested how it is now. So you see, I didn't bring so much volatility to the USD GPY, so I think it will be a little bit more calm asset to go. To go for down, I will use like fast time frame of 2 minutes. So we have 3 minutes to go for oil, and 3 minutes the same time for USD CAD. Let's see if it's needed to cover up this or not. After 2 minutes, yes, I will open one more trade. If it will be like this, I will open one more trade for down with investment amount 1250. If you are repeating after me, do according to your account amount. Okay, USD GPY, I'm gonna go in right now with 1250 and use 2 minutes time frame. Let's go in. Okay, USD cut went in that direction. Let's see what is doing oil right now. Seems to me that it's trying to fall down a little bit, but let's see what is gonna be in 1 minute. Let's take a look on oil. Okay, like step by step, trying to decide where to go. Okay, let us switch fast to USD GPY. Okay, probably will use one more step. 30 seconds to go. It started to drop a little bit. Okay, with oil, yes, with oil we are done. We covered up that, and we need to go with USD CAD now. Let us use 3000. So we covered up. I consider that we covered up Euro USD, and we covered up the crude oil. So we need to do the same for the USD CAD and for the USD GPY. So crude oil, Euro, USD GPY is coming. Okay, so right now we need to do the same for the USD CAD and for the USD GPY. So USD GPY rised up. Okay, it was 3000 to go. Okay, high volatility. Okay. Okay. The huge shadow from the bottom side. Okay, the same shadow. And it's not given any chance for the price to break through this. A strange pattern of candle, like if you're gonna see, it didn't build up the second shoulder as here, it started to go up. 3 minutes to go. Consider this trade to be a kind of failure. Like for the whole time it was going in our direction, and probably it was too volatile situation, and probably we will choose the time frame for the we covered up whole trades. We left with USD JPY, and I consider that by the end we made around, I think, so USD JPY 3 times in a row, like USD CAD we covered up, crude oil left, crude oil we covered up also. Okay, so we are going to use right now USD JPY for the trades. Let us see. Okay, after 30 seconds I would rather go. Okay, USD JPY, let us go back. What about 5 minutes? Okay, here we go. It's rising up. Let's wait a little bit. As for me, it's breaking that level from this candle. If it didn't break, it will be a good sign for us to go for down. As soon as here we are going to use a little bit higher amount, so we will wait a little bit longer for this trade. So at the moment it's trying to break, but still locates at the same position, at the same point of price. You see it touched like 3 times, okay, and didn't break. So next candle we might have down. Okay, 1 minute to go. We will use here 7,000. Okay, 1 minute to go. Okay, here we go. So generally we did today around 2000, maybe more, 2500. Like according to calories what I did, I started from 500, and today I had around 4 steps for the two trades, for the USD GPY and for the Brent oil. I had for the 4 steps. For the Euro USD I had, I consider, like 2 steps, and for the USD CAD I had 3 steps. So yes, this crude oil inventories was a pretty harsh, pretty not predictable for me, as I was reading during the week, I was watching the market during the week, and I had a completely different situation. And this earning report, sorry, this crude oil inventories report is teaching us that oil, it's a pretty not predictable product, but still we have whole opportunities to cover it up, and you see how it behave. We choose the good time frame, as the USD GPY started to react pretty fast. Let us check what happened to the. Okay, oil is located at the high point right now, 55. Yeah, and it haven't been since I think like whole month. Okay, so anyway, that was it for today's webinar. It was pretty long, I consider. So I wish to everybody a productive trading week, and stay in the money.